What hidden meaning in the ending did the director revealed just recently? Which crazy fan's suggestion created one of the most impressive action scenes of the movie? And what are the 3 major plot theories about the upcoming installment? Hi, I'm Peter, and here are all the answers.
It's good fun.
The secret side of the ending. That little figure doesn't just accidentally look exactly like Tyler, although this mysterious man was added to the script at the very last minute. The intention was to create the effect of as dark and ambiguous an ending as possible. But this wasn't Joe Russo, the scriptwriter's original plan. He wanted Tyler to sacrifice his life to save Ovi. That was it for the Thor star. His character's arc would be complete. We would have to watch Ovi jumping into a swimming pool and sinking to the bottom, mirroring how Rake did practically the same thing in his first scene. And that would have been the end. For Russo, it was already symbolic and satisfying enough. But after major audience tests and a persistent request from Netflix, the story got its much more hopeful ending, with that little figure in the background. So what does that leave us with? Is Tyler alive? Russo has a tricky answer to this question. Basically, he wants us to decide what the ending really means. In his words, if you see Tyler's story as redemption through sacrifice, then the kid is imagining Rake standing there. And if you can't let Chris Hemsworth die so harshly, and you really want a sequel, then that's Tyler Rake standing there looking at you. Alright, what we do know is that Extraction became Netflix's most watched feature film ever, gaining over 90 million household views and beating other Netflix originals such as Michael Bay's Six Underground, which had 83 million, Sandra Bullock's Bird Box with its 80 million, and even the first season of Henry Cavill's The Witcher, which reached 76 million views. So clearly, the second installment of Extraction is a very, very likely event. What's more, the film's writer Joe Russo confirmed a deal for a new script of the high-action film. Sam Hargrave will probably return as director, and it's hard to imagine the second part without Chris Hemsworth. Although those deals won't be made by Netflix until the script is fully ready. But don't get too upset. The OSSA Movies team has collected 3 major plot theories about the second installment that will finally give answers as to whether we'll see Chris as Tyler once again. So, stay tuned. Prediction 1. We'll delve more into Tyler's past traumas. Just for a moment, let's agree with Russo's original ending and accept the fact that Tyler is gone. That leaves space for a prequel, and it could be a very intense one, as Rake is dealing with a ton of unresolved trauma. He's grieving the death of his son and haunted by guilt over not being present when he passed. So it's very possible the second installment will show us the dramatic story of Rake's relationship with his wife and son before or during his military service in Afghanistan. But such a story will probably make the action movie much darker and quite depressing. And that's not what most of the Netflix audience would expect from Extraction 2. Another possibility for the prequel is if the story focuses on Tyler's relationship with Nick. And though we know a little about these two from the first part, it seems like together they went through some serious shit before. In this case, the events would start after Tyler lost his son and might allow the prequel to be a bit more optimistic and possibly romantic. But what if Tyler is still alive? Prediction 2. Rake survived. Truth be told, Rake should have died a million times over before they even got to the climactic battle on the bridge. Okay, what are the chances that he did manage to survive a bullet to the throat and still stayed alive after falling into the river? Actually, there's something that would make this theory more credible. For that, we need to recap one of the first scenes of the film when we see Rake diving into a deep gorge and holding his breath underwater. That scene reveals that A, the guy can survive jumping into the water from over 100 feet up, and B, apparently he knows how to stay underwater for some time. If so, that probably helped our hero escape alive from that deadly fall. In this case, what adventures will Tyler face next? For sure, he'll continue to protect Ovi. Tyler empathizes with the kid and no doubt sees some of his son in the young, innocent boy. Such a turn of events would affect the character of Ovi the most. We'll see him becoming a grown-up man who will have to choose whether he's ready to continue his father's business or forge his own path. And perhaps Tyler could help Ovi start his life from scratch. Throughout this journey, Rake himself might find a reason to live once again. And who knows, maybe he'll continue his adventures alongside Nick.
I believe audiences are going to be pretty impressed by this one.
Outside of storytelling, there are much more practical reasons for Hemsworth's character to live. The movie industry loves franchises, and regardless of how implausible Rake's survival would be, there's a very clear business reason to keep him alive. And what does Chris Hemsworth say about all this? Does he want to star in another installment of Extraction? Oh, you bet he does. Hemsworth is obviously pleased by the success of the movie, and he didn't forget to say thank you to his fans on Instagram. but the actor was shocked at the level of action in the movie, and he wouldn't mind more. He revealed that the movie has been the most intense amount of action he's ever done. And in case you didn't know, Chris is a huge fan of making action scenes as physical as possible. Throughout the filming process, Chris was the one who shared how stunt-heavy it was.
3, 2, 1, go!
Plus, the actor himself worked a lot for his character, of course. And that involved crazy workouts like this one. He loved that Sam Hargrave gave him an opportunity to improvise, and Chris even got to make one crazy fan's request a reality. As the surname of Tyler is Rake, one fan wrote to Hemsworth that it would be awesome to see Rake fighting using a real rake in a scene. And that's exactly what we see in the first massive action scene. Taking Chris's excitement with the movie into account, the chances he'll come back are very high. But if he won't, who'll become the new star of Extraction 2? Prediction 3. Meet the new Bodyguard. Even though it might be a less satisfying theory, it is by far the most practical. Ovi is the son of a drug kingpin, so he'll need constant protection. And where Rake died doing his job, someone else is more than willing to step in. So why not present the sequel with a new Bodyguard? A new superstar that will take Chris's place. Perhaps another Avengers star. Chris Evans seems to be out of the Marvel Universe, so would he be a worthy substitute? That said, it's hard to imagine that anyone, even the amazing Evans, could replace Hemsworth in this movie. There's just something about the guy that perfectly fits the story. Sam Hargrave admitted that as well, noting that no matter how much blood or dirt you put on Chris Hemsworth, there's no getting around it. He is devilishly handsome. Do you agree with that? What prediction would you like to see the most? Share with us in the comments. And, as always, thanks for staying awesome.